Iran recently threatened the United States with dire consequences should Barack Obama's nuclear deal be brought to an end. Now, President Donald Trump has just 2 words for the rogue country. You won't want to miss this. Needless to say, America was left with a tremendous mess after 8 years of horrible and embarrassing foreign policy from the Obama administration. President Donald Trump has been critical of Obama's pathetic nuclear deal with Iran, even during his time as a presidential candidate. With the recent threats coming out of Iran's leadership over the possible end of the nuclear deal, Trump is making it clear that there's a new sheriff in town and the U.S. won't be pandering to the extremists who run that backward country any longer. According to Breitbart, during a press event at the White House on Monday, April 23, 2018, French President Emmanuel Macron and President Donald Trump sat before a crowd of reporters who wanted to know how the U.S. would react if Iran retaliated should Trump decide to end the bad deal. Trump's response was nothing short of brutal. It just seems that no matter where you go, especially in the Middle East, Iran is behind it, wherever there's trouble. Yemen, Syria, no matter where you have it, Iran is behind it. And now, unfortunately, Russia is getting more and more involved. But Iran seems to be behind everything where there's a problem, Trump said, according to Daily Caller. And you just have to take a look. You look at what's happening. You look at the fighters. Iran is always there, and we're not going to allow certain things to happen that are happening, and the Iran deal is a disaster. They're testing missiles. What is that all about? You look at the ballistic missiles that they're going and testing, Trump continued. What kind of a deal is it when you're allowed to test missiles all over the place? What kind of a deal is it when you don't talk about Yemen and you don't talk about all of the other problems that we have with respect to Iran especially? Look at what they're doing in Iraq. You just take a look at what's happening in virtually any place in the Middle East, and Iran is behind it, Trump said. So, what kind of a deal is this where it wasn't even discussed? And I know that John Kerry made the statement that he didn't want to discuss other things while he was making the deal. Despite all of the money that we gave them, he didn't want to discuss it because it was too complicated. That's not the way to do it because it was too complicated, Trump added. So, we made this terrible deal, but we'll be discussing it, Trump said. When a reporter told Trump that the Iranians have claimed they will restart their nuclear program, Trump said, "We'll find out, you'll find out about that. It won't be so easy for them to restart. They're not going to be restarting anything. They restart it, they are going to have big problems, bigger than they've ever had before, and you can mark it down," Trump said. They restart their nuclear program, they will have bigger problems than they have ever had before, Trump reiterated. Clearly, the president is sending a message to Iran in front of the entire world. The truth of the matter is that a country like Iran will never honor the agreements they make with the U.S. or any other foreign government. A look back in history will tell anyone what lies ahead in regards to Iran and other Islamic countries. They can't be joined with the rest of the world in peace because their ideology demands worldwide domination. President Donald Trump understands that the only way to deal with Iran's leadership is through strength and force. Thank God, we now have a president who isn't afraid to tell Iran that their threats and support of terrorism have consequences.